Hi everybody, welcome along. This is our 12-day noon snack on Monday the 1st of June. We're entering week 11. So over 200 of these videos so far, over 200 of these little snacks. Lots of stuff to choose from. Let me know when you're coming on board, if you are. If this is, if you're on catch up, and this isn't the video you want, you're playing catch up, then scoot back through our playlist on Facebook, find the one you're looking for, and then we'll see you on the catch up a little bit later on. But if it is the one you're after, then stay with us and enjoy. Ice cream van in the background. Wonderful. Hope you all had a good morning so far. Thank you very much for Kelsey, who gave us a brilliant warm-up this morning. A bit of lovely circulation boosting and some wonderful mobilisation, and lots of opportunities for you to crowbar that in during the day. Now, give me a shout when you come on board. Let me know where you are. Let me know what you're doing. Let me know what the weather's like. Let's have a little bit of a location stamp in there for us all, so we all know where we are. I'm here in sunny Coventry. Nice bright day again. Hopefully catch a glimpse of the International Space Station. Going over at some point. I've missed it every time so far. Watched the launch live and everything. Quite an amazing thing. I know Kelsey's really into the International Space Station as well. In fact, my son called me a bit of a geek the other day because when I turned around and said, "Oh, the space station's going overhead about now." Good afternoon, Christine. Welcome along. Very hot in Dufferin, sorry. Lovely. It's nice and warm here. It's a little bit of a breeze, which is just taking the edge off the heat, which is nice. But lovely day nonetheless. Easy now. Oh, okay. I will be, Kelsey. Sun shining in Somerset. Hi, Di. Good to have you with us. Hello to you all. Let us know where you are. Give us a little bit of a date, a little bit of a location stamp, so I know where you are. Dave Montgomery here, part of the Midland Massive, myself and Kelsey, supporting the Midlands and keeping you all going. So based here in Coventry, where it's lovely and sunny. A bit of a cloud, a few little bits of clouds in the sky, but always quite interesting, the clouds, aren't they? You get some fantastic shapes and the like. Everywhere seems a little bit busier today as well. Sat in the garden earlier on and there seemed to be a bit more traffic noise around. So things starting to get back to normal as we get into week 11. Week 11 of this. Let us know where you are. Let us know what you're doing. Let us know what you've been doing so far today. Have you been crowbarring in any of those mobility moves that Kelsey did with you this morning? I know I have. Been out in the garden doing a bit of studying and lots of nice trunk twists there to mobilise through the lower spine and into the back. Lots of reaching going on. And of course, don't forget, we'll have our sway and stretch later on. So this is the first of our 3 snacks that we have during the day. In the morning, some mobilisation and some circulation boosting for you. Lunchtime, we'll do a bit of a strength work as well. We'll do a bit of circulation boosting firstly, but then we'll do a little bit of strength work. And then this evening we have our sway and stretch. Now, having said that, I said to you, make sure you had a cushion available with you, didn't I? So bring a cushion along, and I forgot mine. So bear with me 2 seconds while I just zip off. Well, I hadn't forgot it. I just hadn't brought it into the room with me. So here it is. Upset the wife with this one, reserved for the cat. She saw a lovely cushion that said reserved for the wife that she liked, and I thought, well, I'll treat her, so I went and got this one instead. Well, I didn't get it instead, I got it as well as, and I put this one out first. Once I got the stair, that one came out as well. Hi, Benny, welcome. Penny, sorry, welcome on board from the Scottish Highlands, beautiful part of the world. And we have George. Good afternoon, George. Brighter day in Cruden Bay. A bit of a dull start for you, I understand, early on. Hi, Christine. Welcome in from Llanelli. Good to have you with us. Lots of sunshines and rainbows. Always good to have those, isn't it? We'll get ready for our 3, 2, 1 in a moment. Hi, Bex, coming on board. Maddie, welcome along. Been finding stuff in the garage. Lots of bending and stretching. I need to do a bit of that as well. Started to do some right at the very start of this, and then they closed all the recycling and tips and everything. So I need to get back into it now. They're starting to open things back up again, don't I? Hi, Gillian, in from Port Talbot, where it's nice and sunny. Hung your washing out this morning. I went for a walk and prepped for lunch. Good afternoon, Shrewsbury. Good to have you with us, Wendy. Brian, hello to Sister Sheila and friends. Hello, welcome on board, Brian. This is our 12 o'clock noon snack. With you, we're nearly at a point where we can do a 3, 2, 1. We've got about a minute left, so let's just see who sneaks in at the back, shall we? Can you hear me all right? Yeah? Good, good. Hi, Kathy. Hello. Nice to have you along with us. Margaret, good afternoon. Welcome on board. Hopefully you've all had a good morning. Hopefully you're ready for this snack. A little bit peckish, yeah? That's what we want. A little bit peckish. Hi, Red Rita coming in. Well done. We're getting in there. Just we're about to start. So welcome along. Right, let's get ready, shall we? Have our 3, 2, 1. I'm not even going to attempt that. Last time I tried it didn't work out. Hi, Vivian, just sneaking in at the back. Right, before we get going, if you want to lose the comments that are at the bottom of your screen, swipe them to the right, okay? I'm going to do that, but you will have the likes of Bex and Kelsey who'll be putting in comments and the like for you through that. So if you want to see some of the comments, feel free to do that. You are more than welcome to. Otherwise, swipe them across to the right. Let me just say hello, good afternoon to Gillian before I do that. Okay, welcome on board. Let's have our 3, 2, 1. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Dave Montgomery. This is Later Life Training, or I'm from Later Life Training, and this is our 12 noon snack. Our second opportunity to add another 10 minutes into our movement bag. And this is additional movement minutes over and above everything else we're already doing. So we've already had lots of movement minutes during the day. We're going to add some additional in. Kelsey hit about 15, 30 morning. We're probably going to be around about the same now. So we're going to blitz that 30 minutes out of the way before we even get to our sway and stretch. So we're going to probably be aiming more to around 40, 45 minutes by the end of the day. You can do this in a standing position. Make sure you've got some external support available and make sure it's an appropriate height for you as well and it's fixed, okay? Or you can do it in an active seated position. The choice is yours. So see what works for you and do what is right for you. Okay, let's get ourselves going. So we're going to have a little bit of a circulation booster, firstly, just to get the blood pumping around the body a little bit more. So we've got our support available and we're going to have a little bit of a lift of those feet, coming up when bringing the toes down towards the floor, rolling through to our heels. I'm just going to turn this camera a little bit more so more of where you can see my support is, okay? So we've got that motion there, lifting the feet off the floor, and it's ankle, feet and toes. Think about that. So have a look. I'm coming down on the ball of the foot and rolling through to my heel. If you prefer to start a little bit lower, you can by just lifting those feet off the floor. In our seated position, we have exactly the same. Either just a lift of the heels off the floor or a march. What you might find in your seated position is you start to feel a little bit weary around here into the hips. It's quite a big move there for you as far as those muscles are concerned. So you might want to do a little bit of a heel tap or even just a toe tap in front. So you've got that motion there. Okay, take a little pause there for me. For you, sorry, not for me. And we'll do a little bit of a march. So either one arm or two arms. Now, if you're going with one arm, make sure you've got the support available. And as you change arms, what I want you to do is take as many steps as you need to change your support and then bring your other arm in. If you feel steady and stable in a standing position, let's go for two arms. And in our seated position, we have the two arms, or an alternative, clasping the hands together and a bit of a rowing motion, just drawing in and across the body. Okay, when we're ready, let's put the two together. So feet coming in, think about our foot placement and taking those arms through. Now, while you're doing all of that, I want you to think about your posture as well. So think about lengthening through this upper body, yeah? Growing that extra couple of inches. Think about taking your shoulders back and down so we open that rib cage. And we did all this morning with Kelsey, and it's one thing we should keep on our radar throughout the day. This is your opportunity to crowbar in those mobilizations for your shoulders and opening those chests. Okay, let's take a pause there. And excuse me, let's go into our strength work. So we're going to start off with a heel raise and reach. In our supported position here, I've got support here, and I'm just going to lift onto the ball of the foot and lower down. Now, don't come forward, so don't put your weight onto there. You're using it for support. And you might find that a wall is a better support option for you. Just lifting and lower, but make sure that your support is fixed. Okay? So here I've got the wall, and I'm lifting and lowering. In our seated position, we lift onto the ball of the foot and lower. You might want to use your hands to put a little bit of resistance in there so that you can feel that lift and lower. You're going to feel this into your calves. Now as you come up, make sure that you're coming onto the big toe and the second toe. So the pressure and the weight is coming down through the ball of the foot. What we're not doing is going out to the side, so there's no twisting of that ankle. It's strong and it's supported. Have a stable base, so make sure that your feet are in line with your knees and your knees are in line with your hips. If you need to step a little bit wider, you can, but don't go too wide, so we don't want a huge wide stance. And if you are using your support, change hand every now and again if you're using one hand. In our seated position, exactly the same. You can do one leg at a time if you need to, and change to the other. Work at the pace that is right for you. And all the time you're doing that, again, think about this posture. Think about how that movement feels, how your posture feels at that point in time. Take a little pause there for me. What we're going to do is add a reach into it. So in my standing position here, first of all, I'm just going to reach up. So can you see there, if I come this side, I'm just reaching up. And if I'm holding on, I'm going to change hand every now and again. So that is our arm movement. In our chair, we're going to reach and we're going to come down. Now, if you feel comfortable with it, reach with both arms. In a standing position, make sure you've got a stable base and hold on if you feel too challenged as far as your balance is concerned. We're going to put the two together. So have a look again. I'm just going to change the angle on this slightly so you can see a bit better here. I'm here, yeah. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up onto my toes and I'm going to reach and lower back down. One hand at a time, reaching and lowering. Changing hands. Use your support in your seated position. As you raise your heels, reach up. So lengthen a little bit more through that upper body. Yeah, we've already lengthened from our hips up to our ribs. We're going to take it that little bit further with that reach. Where do we use this? How does this associate? Why do we do this? If we think about our everyday activities, reaching to put the things in cupboards, yeah, reaching to get that last box of chocolates that we had at Easter that we hid away. That's the sort of move we're going to use this for. So in our everyday life, we'll probably find ourselves coming into these positions. We want to make sure that we're steady and we're strong. Yeah. Again, we might use support as we do it. And there's opportunities there throughout the day for you to crowbar those in as well. So throughout the day, you can think about getting things out of a cupboard. Yeah. It doesn't have to be that chocolate. It could be the cup at the very back of the cupboard that you want to use, or that tin of beans that you thought you'd put away. Get those out. Take a pause there for me. Sit to stand. So let's all come into a seated position. In our seated position, turn the chair so you can see, we're going to hip walk to the front of our chair, so the front third of our chair. Feet are on the floor. Yeah. Heels just behind my knees. Sitting tall. So again, we're lifting through the hips, shoulders are back and down, opening that rib cage. Now, we lean forward slightly, so we tip from our hips, a little tilt, and I have support here if I need it. Power up, and then bring ourselves back down into a seated position. Now, options for you. Power up. If you feel a little unsure of where that chair is, take a few little steps back, feel the chair, and then lower back down. Just make sure you hip walk to the front of the chair before you do it again. So have a go with that. Change the angle slightly for you again. So you can see I've got some support here if I want it. You don't have to use that. With the front third of the chair, power up, control the lower. So don't just let yourself fall down into this chair, control the lower. Excellent. In our seated position, if there's a struggle to get up, so if you feel any pressure on your knees, struggling with that, you have a couple of options. A little jockey lift, if you can manage it, or even just a little lift at the bottom. So we're just lifting slightly, yeah? Power, and feel the power going down through the heels of the feet. Just lift there, up and down. Brilliant. Let's take a little pause, and what we're going to do, if we can, is add a hold onto it. So have a look. I power up, control the movement down, and just pause there, and then lower. So we've got some control over that movement. In our seated position, have a go if you want to. We can lift, hold, and lower. We can jockey lift, hold, and lower. Go as slow as you need to, and as controlled as you can. So don't let yourself come back down into that chair hard. Control the sit down for me. And if you struggle with that, just maintain that sit to stand. Think about your posture, think about your technique. So think about the fact that your knees are staying soft as you stand up and you're lowering yourself back down. Think about stepping those little steps back to feel the chair behind you if you need to. Okay, let's take a pause there, and our final one, coming into a seated position again. I'm going to come forward as much as I can so you can see this one. And this is where the cushion comes in. Okay, so I'm going to take the cushion, let's come back a little bit so you can see. Take the cushion, and I'm going to put it between my knees. Now, I'll show you from here, and then I'm going to change the camera angle slightly so you can see my feet. Okay, so my knees are together, yeah, and I'm going to put the cushion between them. So they're not pushed right together, but they're gripping on this cushion. My heels are down on the floor in line with where my knees were, and I'm turning my toes in. There, I'm going to lift the toes off the floor, keeping the heels down. Bring the toes down, heels stay where they are, and we turn the feet out. From there, we lift the toes, we come back down, heels stay where they are, we come back in, and we lift. Let me come a little bit closer in, change the angle of this camera so you can see, and I'll show you those legs and those feet again. Okay, so here I am. I'm here, my feet are together, lifting, lowering, out, lift, lower, heels stay where they are, in and lift. Okay, give that a go. Do what feels right for you. Make the move as small as you want to. Take it bigger if you need to. Here, we're working into the strength of our ankles. So we're working on building that strength around those ankles. Now, our strength in our ankles is really important to us. Everything we do where we're moving the legs, we're utilising those ankles. So think about when we step forward. We put the heel down, we step into the toe. Yeah? So that ankle movement is there. Think about when we're walking out on the road, we might have to take a side step to avoid something. There, we're putting we're needing strength into that ankle. So this is all about building the strength into those ankles. Even thinking about that move there, where we came up onto the balls of our feet, our ankles are providing strength and mobility through that joint. So it's really important that we build that strength, we build that mobility, and it will come in really important to us throughout every day. Now, this is one that you can do when you're sat down. So at the end of the day, when you're sat down watching a bit of TV, you can have your feet there, you can bring the toes up, you can lower down, take them out, and do the same again. But do it in a seated position. Don't do this in a standing position. So always come down into a seated position. So you've got that stability there. Okay, that brings us to the end of our 12 o'clock noonday snack. I hope that was good for you. I hope that you found options that you can utilize in there as well. Throughout the week, we're going to be working on those legs and things that are going to match into our everyday life. So some stepping, how we step forward to pick something up, lifting parcels or lifting something up from one place to another. We'll cover that throughout the whole of the week. Remember to crowbar in those activities throughout the rest of the day if you can. So think about opportunities you've got. Maybe reaching into a cupboard to get something out. There's an opportunity for you to use that heel raise. Think about your sit to stand. So as you stand up to do something, think about controlling that motion back down again, and possibly even just putting that little hover in there if you feel up for it. And remember, later on or at any time when you're sat down, have a little go at those ankle strengtheners. Build that strength. Now, Bex will be with you at 4 o'clock this evening for your sway and stretch, chance to calm things down, relax, and have a little bit of three-dimensional movement, which again, we use all the time in everyday life. You take care, everybody. I will see you on Wednesday. I won't be here tomorrow lunchtime. I'll see you on Wednesday lunchtime again. Have a great day. Have a good afternoon and look after yourself.